We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Baltimore City is in the middle of an especially violent month. The city averaging a killing each day, and many of those victims have been young kids. Now, one mom is describing the drastic steps that she took to protect her child, saying she felt forced to leave the city. Her message to local leaders coming up. And Mayor Brandon Scott is detailing his plan to combat the violence during his State of the City address. We'll take a closer look at what he's saying. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin in a city in crisis.
People are lying to themselves, and it's very possible. I just told you my son had a Uzi. I'm not going to lie to the public. This is a crisis right now.
Growing demands for change as the city finds itself in a surge of violence against children. 6 people shot yesterday and 4 over the weekend, including a 12-year-old boy who died. Police are now identifying him as Jalen Richards, one of the city's youngest homicide victims. We are now hearing from a mom who says her son knew Jalen. She says she tried to reach out to Jalen's mom to tell her what was going on with her son. As Olivia Dance shows us, the mom decided to move her son out of Baltimore City.
Patty Hawkins says her son Khalil was jumped and robbed, and then that's when she found out about 12-year-old Jalen Richards.
I went to Jalen's mom, and I said, your son threatened my son with a gun. My son is getting ready to turn 17. My son would really hurt your son.
Hawkins says things didn't get better, and one day her daughter called her saying Khalil had a gun at school. Refusing to tell her where the gun came from, she turned it over to Baltimore police and moved her and her son out of the city into Hagerstown, something she never thought she would have to do. Hawkins blames the problems with youth on a lack of interest from some parents in their kids' lives. She also says kids are now being targeted by adults running gangs and circles in the city, especially after laws changed last year protecting children from certain charges.
I feel like they're prey to these predators, these drug dealers that are hanging out around the schools, because it's easier to have children sell drugs for you than you to get a charge yourself to sell drugs.
Hawkins says ultimately this juvenile crime is a parent problem first, but that schools and police also need to step up to stop the violence from escalating any further. For now, reporting in South Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
According to city school officials, 12-year-old Jalen Richards was a 6th grader at Westport Academy Elementary Middle School. Richards was gunned down on Maisel Court around 9 o'clock Saturday night. Police say they recovered what appears to be assault rifle casings on the ground after the shooting. Neighbors now left in complete disbelief and looking for accountability.
The mother's heart is aching. I don't even know if she have other children or not. I don't know that. But I know she got to be hurting because I'm a mother. She's hurt. I want to see everybody step up and do something about it. Not just the mayor and whatever, everybody come together.
The suspect in the shooting is still on the loose. Police are urging anyone with information to contact them directly or call Metro Crime Stoppers at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. Juvenile crime was a big focus of the mayor's State of the City address. Shannon Lilly brings us a recap of the mayor's plan to address the crime crisis. Shannon.
Well, the mayor says tackling violence and crime in the city is his top priority. Unfortunately, though, he is pointing to what he is calling a heartbreaking uptick in the number of young people losing their lives. And as we move into the summer months, he says he will address this with a comprehensive youth engagement strategy, which will include things like summer camps for these kids, extended rec hours, summer pool parties, among other things. Plus, he does say that there will be an enforcement of curfews for young people, though it's still not clear exactly how they will be enforced. On top of that, he says he is moving the city's current health commissioner to a new deputy mayor's position, where she will focus almost exclusively on youth violence and prevention.
Dr. D guided us through the pandemic. We gained national recognition for our approach to protecting the lives of our residents during the defining public health crisis of our time. And she will lead us as we fight the scourge of youth violence, assembling a best-in-class team of public, private, academic, nonprofit, and community leaders to assist her in this mission.
Now, when it comes to overall crime, the mayor says his crime plan is working, and he is citing double-digit decreases in the homicide rate this year from what we were seeing last year. And he's also citing huge successes when it comes to getting illegal guns off the streets. He says so far this year, they've already been able to remove some 500 illegal guns. And he says his philosophy on how he's fighting crime will not change. Take a listen.
As your mayor, I have chosen to both invest in law enforcement and in our communities. And newsflash, it's working.
Now, it is important to note, though, that the mayor did previously call for a budget cut to the city police department's budget for this year. And when it comes to that homicide rate, though we are seeing less murders this year than we were last year, we are still in line with what we've seen in previous years. Reporting from City Hall, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45.
Since the start of the month, there have been 19 killings in the city. The most recent happening just before 3 this morning. A woman was stabbed to death in South Baltimore. Now, to date this year, there have been 82 killings in the city. That is 17 fewer than this time last year. Non-fatal shootings are also down by more than 40. New information about last week's deadly subway push. Sources tell Fox 45 News that warrants have been issued. Police are close to arresting a suspect. Last week, police released that image of a man they needed help identifying, but they aren't saying how or if he is involved in the case. When there is breaking news, you can be the first to know about it. Download the Fox 45 News app for just search WBFF in your app store. Well, still ahead, it is one of two things you can't avoid in life. We're talking about taxes, and it is tax day. Coming up, the freebies you can score at your favorite restaurants. And if you are still rushing to file your taxes, how you file them could impact how quickly you get your return. And we are following new developments in the shooting of Ralph Yarl. The charges the homeowner who shot the teen is now facing.
And we are under a red flag warning for all of the areas in pink. There's an increased risk of fire danger. I'll let you know how windy it gets and when we quiet down coming up in my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
(11:09). The clock is ticking. Today is the last day to get your taxes done. The IRS says more than $198 billion in refunds have already been issued. The average refund this year, right around $3,000. The IRS says that refunds should be sent to your bank account within 21 days if you filed online and chose direct deposit. Paper returns and check refunds may take longer. Taking a look at your social stream, the 85-year-old white man who shot a black teenager at his front door in Kansas City, Missouri, will face 2 felony charges. 16-year-old Ralph Yarl was shot twice last Thursday night after his family says he accidentally went to the wrong address to pick up his younger siblings. According to court documents, Andrew Lester told police that he lives alone and had just gone to bed when he heard his doorbell. He said he picked up his gun and went to the door where he saw a black man pulling on the door and thought someone was breaking in. Lester now faces charges of assault in the first degree and armed criminal action. Yarl was released from the hospital Sunday. He's now recovering at home. Your reaction to it, David saying, just because someone black is knocking on your door doesn't mean they are there to hurt you. Another saying, I said it from the start. He should face charges, but that doesn't make it a race issue. The 8 Akron police officers who shot and killed Jayland Walker will not face charges. A special grand jury voted against indicting the officers. Walker was shot and killed after a police chase last June. Investigators say Walker fired a shot at the officers from his car before eventually getting out and running. He was shot 46 times. Even though he didn't have a gun on him at the time, it was found on the seat of his car. This is what you're saying about it. Support holding police to a high standard, but this is a non-story. Dude left the scene, ignoring commands, and shot at the police. He got what he deserved. Another one saying a young person lost his life because of a broken license plate light. Suggestion: instead of police stopping someone, have police take a photo and send a ticket to the mailing address of the driver of the vehicle with a broken license plate light instead of this sad tragedy. Well, details of a settlement between actor Alec Baldwin and the family of Helena Hutchins will be sealed to the public. Baldwin was holding the gun during a movie rehearsal when it went off, killing Hutchins and injuring the director. Hutchins' husband filed a wrongful death suit on behalf of their 10-year-old son. The judge ordered the case sealed, citing privacy concerns for the boy. At least 5 other civil lawsuits are still pending in court. You've got Bernard responding, saying it is impossible to pick any single person out for this disaster, especially Alec, when he was the last in the chain of custody. The family has every reason to be angry here. Their attorney is just going for the cash. Another one, Sean, saying he pulled the trigger, gun didn't do it itself. Well, trending today, when kids make a mess in public, whose job is it to clean it up? We're going to take a closer look at the now viral post on Twitter that is raising that very question. And topping local news, Baltimore County's new police chief will be sworn in today. How he's making history and what he's saying about his first days on the job. And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. A little bit of a cooler day today thanks to some strong winds. Coming up, when things will do a 180 and we could see record highs. 11:14 now, happening today. Baltimore County's new police chief will be sworn in. Colonel Robert McCullough is a 35-year Baltimore County police veteran. He heads into today's swearing ceremony with a full vote of confidence, a unanimous yes from every county council member.
You know, the department is just not a place to work. It's not just a police department. We're a family, and Baltimore County is a family. And we're gonna make you guys proud. I promise. Thank you.
County Executive Johnny Olszewski tweeting congrats, calling Chief McCullough a highly respected homegrown leader, adding that he is confident McCullough will keep Baltimore County safe for years to come. The swearing-in ceremony begins today at 2 p.m. Also today, opening statements in Dominion Voting Systems defamation case against Fox News. The voting technology is suing the network for $1.6 billion. Dominion claims the network ruined its reputation by knowingly airing stories about rigged voting machines that it knew were false. The network argues coverage of the claims was inherently newsworthy and protected by the First Amendment. Today, the Supreme Court is set to take on a major religious liberty dispute. Justices will hear an appeal that could ultimately clarify how far companies must go to accommodate their employees' religious beliefs. The case centers on Gerald Groff, a U.S. postal worker who requested not to work Sundays because of his Christian beliefs. USPS tried to accommodate him, but they couldn't find a solution. Coming up on Fox 45 News at 4, mother tells Fox 45 News there's a battle to recruit kids under 13 into gangs. We're questioning state lawmakers about if their policies are facilitating the violence against kids. Then at 5, is Mayor Scott facing an uphill battle for re-election? The fallout tonight after his State of the City address. And at 6, a new top law enforcement official in Baltimore County, how the new police chief plans to tackle some of the crime concerns in the community. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:16 and now to today's talking point. When kids make a mess in public, whose job is it to clean it up? That question going viral on Twitter after Toronto Blue Jays pitcher Anthony Bass posted that his pregnant wife was told to clean up the popcorn his kids had thrown on the floor when they flew earlier this month. He tweets, "Are you kidding me?" And he goes on to say that the airline's cleaning crew should have done it. United responded to the tweet saying it is reaching out to the dad. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. And this mom, she had her 5-year-old, she had her 2-year-old, she's pregnant, she had her hands full, and that was what the end result was. I think that as a mother, I know I would have tried to clean up some myself. I would have told my child to get down there and clean up the mess. But I feel a little kind of way about the stewardess, the airline attendant coming and telling me, clean up your mess. I don't know if I would have preferred that.
Come on now. You're right. I mean, even though, Patrice, I'm not going to include you. I'm of a certain age where we were taught to clean up after yourself. Yeah. But in this case, if I'm a pregnant mother and I'm walking off this plane with these babies and all this going on, right, and somebody has the nerve to say that to me, oh no, oh no, sir. You know what I'm saying? Right. What? I remember when I was a kid, I traveled on the train to L.A. and I left a mess. Let's just say I left a mess in the chair because I was sleeping. Oh. So can you imagine someone's like, you need to clean it up? No, that's what you do. There's people, you hire people for that. Well, and that's what I would say. I mean, I am the kind of person who's going to try and clean up. Like, I don't leave trash in the movie theater. I take my empty stuff out with me. But you do have people for that. So for you to come at me and then, I felt some kind of way about it on behalf of the mother. So. Yeah, of course. And also now you got to hurry up and get off the plane. You got to hurry up and get on the plane. Yeah, it's too much. All right. A lot of people disagree with us, though. I know. Once again, we agree, Patrice. All right. Well, it is a bit of a cooler day today. It's nothing, though, like the snow those in Idaho are seeing. Here's meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. She's got your worst weather in America. Thanks, Patrice. Yeah, we are heading to Idaho, and we had cooler start to the day. Today, our temperatures stay below average. However, it's nothing like what they're seeing in Idaho. It's not cool enough here for snow.
This is coming in from Bogus, Idaho, where it's actively snowing, and you can see they actually have a good amount of snow in the background. So while they're dealing with winter weather, we have a little more mild spring-like temperatures here. Yes, it's not as warm as many people would like, but we are going to get there in the next few days. At least we don't have snow. We're starting off, though, with plenty of sunshine and temperatures around 64 over Baltimore. Our winds are out of the west around 11 miles per hour. It's a little breezy, and the winds are going to pick up this afternoon and evening. We're seeing temperatures mainly in the 50s and 60s across the state. A couple of cooler numbers in western Maryland, but overall, a chilly start. As we head into the afternoon, our temperatures stay right around average, reaching the mid-60s. We'll have plenty of sunshine, and then as we head into the night, those numbers start to cool down. Now, the main thing that we're looking at today are the windy conditions. We have a red flag warning in place for all of the areas in pink. We're talking winds out of the west around 15 to even 25 miles per hour, but the wind gust will be even higher, possibly exceeding 45 miles per hour. And that, in combination with our warm temperatures and our low humidity, means that there is an increased risk for fire danger. So make sure that you're not burning anything. As we take a look around the region, we've got some areas of snow to the north, but we have this boundary moving across the state. We're dry and we're going to stay that way. It's just the winds that we're concerned about. As we head into the afternoon, expect plenty of sunshine, then quiet weather overnight and into tomorrow morning. We'll start off in the 40s before temperatures reach the 70s as we begin a nice warming trend. That warming trend continues as we head into Thursday. Our temperatures reach 85, then we approach near record highs on Friday, 88. After that, we're looking at the upper 70s, low 80s on Saturday with the next chance for showers. That's followed by more rain on Sunday and cooler temperatures. Then as we head into the work week, we're looking at mostly dry start. Back to you.
Well, trending now, everyone in Baltimore should be a Jeopardy fan tonight because a hometown face is taking the stage for round 2. Daniel Chiraka, and I'm messing up his name, even though he was on our show yesterday. He grew up in Owings Mills, and not only did he play on the show last night, but he won. He was the only person to get the final question right. Yesterday, Daniel joined us on the morning show. He told us the whole experience just felt like a dream. We had so much fun talking with him. You can catch Daniel tonight on an all-new Jeopardy right here on Fox 45 at 7. Well, still ahead, it's been a good week for lottery players. Just how much money the state says it's paid out. And Apple is rolling out its very own savings account, the major bank it's partnering with, and how the interest rate compares to other major banks. And a big night of TV tonight on Fox 45 at 8. It's 911 Lone Star. Then at 9, it's an all-new Accused. And then keep watching for Fox 45 News at 10 and Fox 45 News Late Edition. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25 now. Don't miss this. The Maryland Lottery says people across Maryland have won nearly $33 million just last week. In those 7 days, 60 winning tickets worth $10,000 or more were sold or redeemed across the state. One person in Randallstown purchased a fast play ticket that had a jackpot of more than $713,000. Another person purchased multi-match tickets in Cumberland and hit a jackpot worth an estimated annuity value of $570,000. Good for them. Well, Apple has launched a new savings account. Maybe those folks can use this. Available with your Apple credit card. It will have a 4.15% interest rate. You can compare that to the national average of just 0.35%. The savings account will be overseen by Goldman Sachs. It comes with no minimum deposits and no minimum balance requirements. It's time now for your lunch break. Strawberry season is almost here. The long winter season pushed back the strawberry season for several weeks, but as the weather warms up, improved growing conditions are allowing stands to finally open.
Business has been great. It's picking up more and more every day, and Easter weekend was fantastic. We've been getting a lot of feedback that they're just so happy we're open again.
Well, farmers are expecting with this season starting a little later this year, it's going to push further into October. So that's the good news. That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyles. Up next, Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Thank you, Patrice. If you're job hunting, listen up. We'll tell you new buzzwords to add to your resume, how one recruiter says they could boost your appeal to hiring managers. Coming up on Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio B at Fox Baltimore. Joined today by Ron, the stylist, Jeffries, as well as Persia Nicole from 92Q and meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let me tell you right now, if you're looking for a job, you might want to consider tweaking your resume. A career coach is offering up secret words that will help you stand out from the sea of other candidates. So what should you do? Add more action verbs. The coach says the words draw people in and make them more likely to review your whole resume. Words like improved, advanced, spearheaded, exceeded, grew, built, and directed. Ron, is this, you keep landing these big contracts. Has this been the key to your success?
I think, part of it. I think action words are actually very good to go on the resume because it shows that you are a person of action, right?
Wow.
I think it works.
Speaking of person of action, Persia Nicole is at her job and doing another job. So she's a woman of action.
A woman of action.
Did you lock it down, Persia, the 92Q? I am somebody, I be DJing and my DJing be DJing.
Because we be DJing. Yeah, you know what? I haven't done a resume in so long. I've done more of like my EPKs and like my bios.
Oh.
So it would be like a whole entire new relationship trying to build a resume. So y'all help me just in case. Who knows?
Well, that's right.
Never mind.
Well, Persia Nicole, let me tell you something. Always have that resume on deck when you're working radio. Anyway, Jasmine. Jasmine, what's going on? Do you agree?
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. People want to know that you can get the job done. And I think words like improved, exceeded, those are like those buzzwords that kind of make recruiters turn their head and say like, oh, okay. So,
Again.
Yeah, makes sense.
Awesome. We all should have, except for Ron, don't worry about your resume. Ron got business. A new question online has diners divided. The question, is it rude to stack your dishes when you're done eating at a restaurant? A lot of people are saying they do it to help servers clear the table, but others who actually work in the restaurant industry chimed in saying it actually makes it more difficult to pick up the table. Let me tell you something. My wife does this, and I actually frown on it because that was my thing was, if I'm picking up whatever, I probably have a technique that I use. I don't need you to be helping me do my job, but I don't know. What do you think, Persia Nicole?
I'm guilty. I'm so guilty of it. I do it all the time. I think it's just habit. Like when you're at the dinner table, you're kind of cleaning up as you're going. It's just a habit. If I see crumbs on the table, I gotta clean it up. And who doesn't do that? I do it all the time.
Yeah, you're one of those people. Ron, do you do? I can't see Ron doing it.
You know, actually, I do. I didn't think it was a bad thing. I thought it was like, helping out, a form of like good manners or something like that. Who knew like picking up and cleaning up after yourself would be horrible?
You guys are messing it up because you're going out to eat to go out to eat. You ain't working at home. You ain't at home. Jasmine, what do you think?
I mean, I can actually see both sides of this. Yes, I've gone to restaurants and we've stacked the dishes, but if you have your own method of doing that, I get that too. And also, if you stack too many dishes, it could be too heavy for whoever's carrying it. So yeah, if you have your own method, I get that. If you want to help people out, I get that too.
Well, we want you to talk about it. Now, do you stack dishes when you're out eating? Vote on our website now, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. And at the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. That's one of the two things you can't avoid in life: taxes. Oh, yes, tax day. Of course, the big tax form you have to fill out is the 1040. So a lot of restaurants are offering deals based on the tax form ID. BJ's Restaurant and Brew House is offering $10 off a $40 purchase. Boston Market is offering a chicken meal for $10.40. Cheesecake Factory is offering $10.40 off a $50 purchase. And if you buy a dozen donuts of Krispy Kreme, you can get a second dozen for free. You just have to pay the tax. Oh, that's so cute. Also, Cheesecake Factory is going to give you 50 days to work off the weight you gained after that big portion. Ron, it's tax day. You're a business owner. Are you nervous? Are you good?
I plead the fifth. I'm not going to incriminate myself. But what I will say is this, that it's really good seeing this information or knowing this. I didn't even know. I'm going to have to go to Krispy Kremes or something today.
That's right. Persia Nicole, you got your return already, but what you going to do today?
I'm stressed now because I love Krispy Kreme. Now that I know I can get the second dozen for free, I'm really stressed because I've been trying to get that body yada yada for the summertime, but now I'm gonna have back for the summertime thanks to Krispy Kreme. Yeah.
Well, Jasmine, we ran out of time, but we'll see you later in the show. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you so much. Now, they say something seems too good to be true. It probably is, and that's true of romantic partners, too. A new study is looking at how scammers create an online dating profile to dupe unsuspecting lovers. Researchers say those fake behind-the-scenes accounts often used to scam you, basically, okay? I can't even read it, okay? Fine. And coming up, we want you to head outdoors. We'll tell you all about it coming up right here on B1 Lifestyle.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Who doesn't love a buy one, get one free deal? Today, Genevieve Gorder is here with a popular product to help you get organized and more. Here's America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
You guys, what are two things you lose the most? It's your keys and it's your phone. And it's so frustrating. I know this because I spend hours every day looking for these items. So listen up. You don't want to miss this buy one, get one exclusive deal on the Key Smart Pro. Now, the Key Smart Pro organizes up to 14 keys in one little device. Literally every guy on the set has one in his pocket right now. And as we are setting up this display, people were actually trying to take them. So my advice is buy this now for everyone you love because they're not going to last. It takes all those keys in the drawer, the bottom of your purse, and puts them right into one little thing, and it connects to a free app. So if you lose your keys, you press the button on the app. You lose your phone, you press the button on the keychain. Even if your phone is on silent, you can find it. It's a win-win. They find each other, guys. You know how many hours this saves us? For me, like probably 6 hours a day. I bet you have someone in your life that needs one of these. My family literally impersonates me by putting on a pair of sunglasses and saying, "Where's my phone? Where's my keys?" And now with this buy one, get one free deal, it's the perfect time to get one for you, someone you love, in all of these great colors. Remember, this is a buy one, get one free. Do not wait. Go to asadeals.com.
What's going on, Baltimore? It's Mark Clark. I'm here at Marshy Point Park and Nature Center with Ben and John. We're exploring the beautiful scenic locations all around Maryland, and this is one of our stops. So, Ben, tell us about Marshy Point.
Thanks, Mark. So Marshy Point is part of the Baltimore County Department of Recreation and Parks system, and it is our park and nature center here on the upper Chesapeake Bay. Just under 500 acres of land and about 8 miles worth of trails are available. We've got a nature center. It's open every day. We show 50 different species of native wildlife and have family programs all year long. So we get about 80,000 visitors a year, and about 25,000 of them participate in one of our programs, which could be anything from a spring or fall festival to a canoe trip. We just actually used the boat behind us today. We took our summer camp out on a field trip to Hart Miller Island State Park. So we're having a lot of fun here, and hopefully everybody can see we've got a great view.
It's amazing out here. So, John, why is it called Marshy Point?
Yeah, so if you take a look around, you can see all the herbaceous, non-woody vegetation. So pretty much all
herbaceous. I like that, herbaceous.
So anything that's not a tree or a shrub, right? So if you take a look around, you got that, and that pretty much classifies it as marsh. So this is a tidal brackish water marsh here, and the point stands for we are surrounded by 2 bodies of water. So we have the Dundee Creek, which we're looking at right now, and then we also have the Saltpeter Creek, which is on the other side of the park. So hence the point for Marshy Point.
All right, these guys are on it. Okay, so Ben, give us a history surrounding this beautiful location.
Awesome. Yeah, so this whole thing is one long peninsula, and we're really in a unique spot because when we look out on these creeks, we see exactly the marshes that John was just telling us about. We don't see a lot of houses. We don't see a lot of development. So you've got this tract of county land, which in turn backs up to the Gunpowder State Park, which in turn backs up to protected federal land. And so the history of this whole area was actually that it was kind of the playground for well-off people from Baltimore and the surrounding area to come out in the wintertime and go duck hunting. So the Marshy Point Ducking Club existed on the point behind us and was actually host to some pretty famous people who came out here to go duck hunting in winter. You know, everybody doesn't necessarily realize that ducks are winter visitors for the most part. You know, we see our mallards, but most of the other species of ducks show up here in the winter and spend the winter on the bay eating submerged aquatic vegetation and other types of invertebrates too.
So guys, where can people go to get more information?
Yeah, so if you go on to BaltimoreCountyMD.gov, go into the Department of Recreation and Parks webpage, you can find Marshy Point Park and Nature Center's webpage, and then you can find hours of operation and specific programs and everything that we have to offer as well. But also, if you want to go into marshypoint.org's website, we'll have our list of program and events, as well as a little more up-to-date calendars and things like that. So,
well, guys, it's been amazing, and again, this information is invaluable, and I hope people take full advantage of all these wonderful offerings. All right, still ahead, it's sure to become a crowd favorite. Coming up, a fun new dip recipe that's super easy to make. And medical conditions can do more than just impact our physical health. They can also impact our mental health. Coming up next, some confidence-boosting tips.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
It's the perfect, easy to make dishes, sure to impress without causing stress. Cooking mom Amy Hanton is here with another delicious dip recipe for us.
Well, hey everybody, it's Amy and I'm back with another delicious recipe. I love any kind of a dip and I'm always looking for a new, delicious, different dip recipe. And this is it. It's a winner. And if you keep the ingredients on hand, which I try and do, you can whip this dip up at the last minute for movie night, for the big game. It's a warm baked Swiss almond dip. So it's something a little bit different, and man, is it yummy and so easy too. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start out with 1 block of softened cream cheese. And if it's more at room temperature, it's just gonna come together a little bit more quickly. And then to that, we're gonna add 3/4 cup of real mayonnaise. You wanna use the mayo, not the salad dressing. Now, you could do this by hand, but I just like using an electric mixer just for a second, just to blend it together and get all the lumps and bumps out of the cream cheese. And again, if your cream cheese is at room temperature, it's gonna come together really quick. Boom. Told you that was easy. Okay, so the next ingredient we're gonna add 2 cups of shredded Swiss cheese. You can buy a block of Swiss cheese and then just grate or shred it up yourself, or just buy the pre-shredded Swiss cheese. Either will work. So what I try and do is I've always got mayonnaise in the refrigerator, right? I usually have cream cheese too. And if you've got the Swiss cheese, you know, you're in business. And I love dip recipes like this that come together in minutes. And this is a real wow factor. All right, so I like to do this in like a pie plate or a small casserole dish. It's kind of thick right now, but when it bakes, it gets really creamy and smooth, and the house smells so good. And as I mentioned, just something a little bit different. You can also make it ahead. So, you know, if you want to get it done, basically you just mix it all together and get it in your, cover it and get it in your refrigerator. And you could make this a couple days ahead, and then you want to definitely serve this warm out of the oven. So just bake it when you're ready. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add some sliced almonds over the top, just for a little crunch. It's a Swiss almond dip, and I love the combination of Swiss and almonds together. And again, it's cheesy and the crunch when you're dipping. And this goes into a preheated 350-degree oven. It's a quick bake. Takes about 12 to 20 minutes until it's warm and bubbly and looks like this. Oh yeah. Definitely serve this out of the oven, warm and yummy. It's just, oh wow, it's dripping all over, making a little bit of a mess, but I can hardly wait to dive in. Optional, you can throw some green onions over the top and then just serve it with your favorite cracker. You can also serve it with warm, or I should say cool, crisp vegetables, French bread. But there you go. This dip will be a winner. Swiss almond dip. Enjoy. And as I always say, cook up some memories. We'll see you next time.
A beautiful start to the day in South Carolina. People woke up with a beautiful sunrise. Here's meteorologist Jasmine with your best weather in America. What's up?
Thanks, Mark. It's been a pretty quiet morning here. We've had dry weather, but the sunrise in South Carolina, just absolutely stunning. Blue hour there. You can see the colors in the background, those oranges and the reds, and then the blue sky. Absolutely stunning photos. The water looks great. A great start to South Carolina for their day. They've got plenty of sunshine thanks to high pressure in the south. We are nice and dry as well, but winds will play a big factor in our forecast. It's going to be very breezy, and we do have a red flag warning in place. So something to keep in mind as we head into later today. 64 for the current temperature, sunny skies, and it is breezy with winds out of the west around 11 miles per hour. Across the state, temperatures are still in the 50s close to the state line, but many of us now in the 60s. We're staying in the mid-60s as we head into the afternoon, and that's going to keep us right around average, but we'll have plenty of sunshine, so it looks great if you're going out for a walk or run. However, you want to make sure that you are not burning anything. We have a red flag warning in place for all of the areas in hot pink. Winds could be around 15, even 20, 25 miles per hour, but we're talking much higher wind gusts, and that combined with our low humidity and our warm temperatures does increase our risk for fire danger. So again, make sure that you're not burning anything outside. Tomorrow does look a little better. As we head into the afternoon, we'll have plenty of sunshine and temperatures in the mid-60s. We'll stay quiet and clear overnight as our temperatures fall to the 40s. We're waking up to plenty of sunshine for Wednesday morning, and then temperatures return to the 70s. So for everyone looking for the warmer temperatures, they're headed our way over the next few days, and we could even be talking record-breaking temperatures on Friday. We're also staying nice and dry through Friday, but overnight and then into Saturday, we have the chance for showers. Expect more rain on Sunday with scattered showers expected, and then a nice and dry start to Monday. So again, as we head into the afternoon, our temperatures reach the mid-60s. It's going to be breezy at times with gusts possibly exceeding 45 miles per hour. We follow the day with 73 tomorrow and above average numbers. Then we're in the 80s on Thursday, 88 and near record-breaking numbers on Friday. That's followed by 80 with showers on Saturday, 60s with showers on Sunday. Then as we head into the upcoming work week, we're starting off with dry weather, temperatures in the 60s, eventually rising to the 70s. Back to you.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Maple Grove Medical Clinic.
Approximately 30 million men in the U.S. are affected by ED. Maple Grove Medical Clinic offers a revolutionary approach to treating ED without pills, injections, or surgery. We're joined by Katie from Maple Grove Medical Clinic. Katie, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
Great. So, Katie, talking about ED can be embarrassing even with physicians. What are some of the things you do with your patients to make them feel comfortable talking about this possibly embarrassing issue?
Yeah, so first of all, I just want everybody to know how prevalent this is. 50% of men in their 50s are dealing with this issue, and the number for men in their 40s is on the rise. And we see men in our clinic from as young as 18 all the way to 100. So in our clinics, it's an all men's clinic, and everything is discreet and confidential to keep it completely comfortable for you.
And your treatment is different. Why is this treatment such a great alternative to pills that always don't work, sometimes don't work?
Yeah, so the pills have been around for over 30 years and they come with the spontaneity issues and then also those side effects. So we have a breakthrough treatment called acoustic wave therapy, which treats the root cause of ED. So no pain, no injections, no downtime. And let's talk a bit about the science. Tell us more about the studies performed on this type of treatment. Yeah, great question. So there has been over 60 clinical studies that show both the efficacy and lack of side effects with acoustic wave therapy in treating ED, both by Cambridge University and a Cleveland clinic, to name just a few. Now, do men who undergo this treatment experience any pain or discomfort? No, not at all. So what it is a small device that's placed on the skin, and it produces gentle pressure waves down to the blood vessels, opening them back up, allowing for greater blood flow when and where a guy needs it the most. So no pain whatsoever here. So, Katie, tell us about the incentive Maple Grove is offering right now for those who are considering visiting the clinic. Yeah, guys, don't put this off any longer. If you give us a call, you'll get the free assessment, free exam, even that free blood flow ultrasound that tells you if you're a candidate or not. We will also throw in a special gift for you and your significant other, but you got to call today. Awesome. Katie, thanks so much for this great information. Thank you. Are you making this common mistake when you go to a restaurant? Coming up, the thing waiters say they hate that has diners divided.
The new question online has diners divided. The question, is it rude to stack your dishes when you're done eating at a restaurant? Well, we'll get back to that story coming up. Right now, let's check in on the Ravens. Today, the Ravens, alongside M&T Bank and Constellation, will host an organizational-wide volunteer day to support the Greenmount West Community Center. Volunteers from all three organizations will take part in a neighborhood cleanup and restoration event. They will participate in the trash cleanup, mural installation, sidewalk restoration, and create a welcome sign. It's in honor of Earth Day, which is this Saturday. And back to that story, a new question online has diners divided. The question is it rude to stack your dishes when you're